All right. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. And as we'll appoint Pat, you be a regular voting member. And Karen, I think at this point in time, I think we're going to operate under the assumption that you are a regular voting member.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing from, the town hall, but okay.
So,
all right, we'll just go that way.
Yes.
Gail, did you just appoint Pat?
Hold on. Pat, can you mute yourself?
Sorry?
I think, are we getting your kids in the background?
Oh, possibly. They just left the room.
Oh, okay. Good. So, yes, we appointed Pat a voting member.
Okay.
All right. First things up are public hearings. And so, Earl, if you'd read the notice.
Can I read all 4 of them?
Yep, read them all.
Okay, Woodstock Historic District Commission special meeting, December 15th, 2021 at 6:30 for 612 Route 169, the roof, 435 Route 169, the roof, 42 Child Hill Road, roof and windows, and 423 Route 169, garage door.
And so we'll take them one at a time. I'm pretty sure 612 is not going to make it to the meeting. So we will postpone their public hearing until the January meeting. And I don't see 435 isn't here at the moment. So we're just gonna hold that one.
Do you need to do any motions to do that postponement?
No, it's an open application for 2 meetings worth, 2 of our meetings. So
okay, very good.
It's merely a matter of shifting it to the next one.
Gotcha.
So Pat, you're up.
Someone else is welcome to go first. I'm having some trouble downloading the pictures that I want to be able to show you guys. So if somebody else wants to go first, that's fine.
Chris, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I let me share my screen. Is that the easiest?
Yes. Hopefully you can. Let's see if I need to give you permission.
You might need to.
Allowed to
Point of order, is this 42 Child Hill Road?
423 Route 169.
423, okay.
I don't see an option. Pin, host, rename, allow to close caption. Go to multi-pin, put in waiting room, remove, report. I don't see it as an option.
For what? For him to share his own screen?
Yes.
He should see it on his screen.
Share a screen right in the middle at the bottom on most.
Yep, yeah. Share screen. You should see it in green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And click on that and see if it works.
System privacy.
Because we've got all participants. Right, we've got all participants can share. So you should be able to.
Yeah, it's saying I have to open something. And I'm doing it here. I've never shared my own screen before. My secretary typically does it.
Okay. I grabbed a picture of the house if you want me to share my screen.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's all I'm going to show you would be the front of the house. So if you have it.
I do. Give me a moment to find it.
What I need to.
And share my screen.
So while Gail's doing that, the plan is to, there you go. If you can zoom in on that picture, if you can make it a little bigger or you can see it, that's the front of 423. That's the left-hand side of the home, which to the left of that garage is the entrance to Bentley Athletic Complex. Just give the visual to sits at the front of the athletic For Bentley Athletic Complex, the garage door, as you can see, just kind of randomly sits there. There's not even a garage. There's not even a driveway to it. So the plan is to remove that garage door and to put 2 windows there that mirror the windows to the right. So at one time, this was a 2-car garage home. When we purchased it back when the whole Bentley complex thing occurred, there was already only 1 garage door. So at some point they went from 2 to 1. We are going to go from 1 to 0. So we take the garage door out, replace it with the exact same windows. Those are in typical style, that if you can tell from the windows right there, they still have the stickers on it and the order number from Chase. So we're able to go to Chase and actually buy the exact same windows that were purchased before. Their sizes, so you know, are 52 by 88 inches. And those will go into the exact location of the garage. And then we have to build the frame, obviously, around the window. So when you drive by, all you'll see on that side of the house, there are 2 sets of windows.
And the framing will be the same with the.
Yeah, it's going to look exactly the same. We ordered the same windows, like I said, from Chase.
And the shutters are going to go on the next.
We did not decide on the shutters because in reality, I think we're coming back to put new siding on the house, going to re-side it and a new roof, which needs to happen. So we didn't really make a decision to add shutters if this summer we're going to come back and put new siding and a new roof on it, both of which need to happen. So I would venture to say at this point, no, I actually may, if it looks stupid, I actually may take the shutters off the other side for the few months until we come back on the ones on the right. But that's the only windows that actually has shutters, which is kind of odd, but I don't know.
So if we approve the project and you do take the shutters off the existing windows, then that will have to be an application to remove the shutters.
Okay, then we'll leave them on there. Then we'll have one with, one without. I don't have to look at it.
It doesn't have to be right this second, a new application. So what we'll go into the minutes would be the fact that at the moment, you're not putting the shutters up and it's pending re-siding in the summer. But so that
I would not add anything about re-siding in the summer. That has nothing to do with this application. I'm just giving you, I would even add, I don't know why you'd even add that to this approval.
Well, we would, but we just need to make sure that if the shutters don't go on and you decide to take the shutters off, then off the existing ones, then that would be something where you'd have to come back to us for, as silly as it sounds, but an application just to approve the removal of the shutters. That's all.
It does sound silly.
Yeah, that's the way, it's like rules and rules. And so.
Changes the look of it is what it is.
Yep, it changes the look, changes what exists. So that would all be.
Chris, what's on the other side of those windows now? You said that used to be all garage space.
Yeah, so where the windows currently are used to be a garage.
So what is that like? That's livable space now?
Yeah. So if you're in it, you're in the house from the essentially the kitchen. There's 2 steps down onto a cement. So it's like a sunken room. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it on that side.
I got you.
And then there's a wall built down the center of the room. Wall, I'm going to put in quotes, down the center of the room. So we've already applied to zoning to make a bunch of changes to that space. The building official has all the documentation. We just know we had to come here for the removal of the door. But the rest of it's ready to go on the inside.
What will go underneath the windows, the new windows going in?
Siding.
Like it here, right?
So just to match what's there. So you'll just continue it over.
Yep. Well, yes, that's the plan. Yep. Unless we decide when the new windows are probably going to go in, I would assume in March or April, at which time we might decide to do the siding, and then we would not add the white siding for 2 months and then come back. So yes, I mean, if we don't do the siding, we're just going to add white aluminum siding to mirror, so it looks like it's a one piece. If we know if it's finalized that we're doing the siding this summer, then we probably will just leave the Tyvek or whatever on it and come back to do the project once. instead of putting the white siding on for a month and then having to take it off. But yes, that's the plan, is to put the white siding back on. You won't even notice it based on how we're going to do it, that it was a door.
Right. Questions from commission members?
Where do you park your cars in the winter?
So there's actually a garage underneath this house. So if you go on the back, there's actually a garage that sits, the back of this house is lower, the way the topography of the land is. So there's a whole walkout basement and everything in the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so in the back, there's a driveway, a garage. I don't know if that was original to the house. I don't know. I couldn't speak to that. It looks like it was based on the way the foundation was proposed. So this had 3-car garage essentially when it was built.
Well, I certainly think adding the window will make it more unified and more complete looking than it does now. You have a garage going nowhere, you know.
Yeah.
So
You can't even get to
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it looks weird with a yard up to a garage door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's perfect, you know, much better aesthetically.
Yep, agreed.
Any other questions from the commission?
Don't have any.
Yeah, Stan here. It seems like a good plan to me. I have no issues with going forward with this proposal.
Yeah, just
I
whatever
agree.
windows, the same windows go in, whether the shutters go up or not. It all looks the same in the front, but like Gail said, that'll just be another formality to deal with when it gets to that point.
If we do
Right.
siding, on it, well, we have to do siding. I mean, the siding's crap. I'm gonna be honest with you. So if we have to do siding on the house, my guess is I think it looks dumb personally with the shutters on there because they're plastic. I'd rather do it without shutters, but I have to replace the shutters on one window. With the new shutters, if there's current shutters there,
No.
if I do the siding.
No, all you do is come before us with an app because if you're gonna do the siding, you've got to come. I assume you're right. What's on it now? Aluminum siding?
Yes.
Okay, and what would you, if you were hypothetically going to go for siding, would you put vinyl siding on?
I'll do cheapest possible, but it would be gray.
Gray siding. Okay, so you're changing siding, and the siding would have probably the color will be integral to the material. So
Yeah.
you have to come before us for an application anyway, and so
Yeah, that part I know. Yeah.
yeah, so you'd include in that that also removal of the shutters on the existing window, and that would take care of
By
everything.
Bentley.
Okay. I just don't have to put shutters back up. That was my
You
question.
don't, no, at this point, what we will note is that no shutters not going up at this time, and the at this time kind of gives a little wiggle room for you to make the decision of what you're going to do. And then as it goes along, you decide you're going to put the shutters up when you do the siding, then you decide to put shutters up and replace the others, or you don't. But there's a little buffer zone there that allows that to happen.
Great.
All right. Any further questions from the commission?
None here.
Not for Stan.
All right.
No,
Okay, then I'm going
Thank
to
you.
stop the share. Then I'm looking for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Public hearings closed. Discussion. Commission members.
I think it'll be an improvement, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Okay, yeah, my only, I think again, it improves the building and it seems straightforward. And the only, the semantics issue is how we're phrasing it to make sure that the project gets completed come, sometime in the summer, that it's like a multi-phase project, but without tying you into a timeline of any sort, Chris, but knowing that there's got to be a part 2 to this, which is the finishing of the bottom part. But the project itself there's no objections to it. All right, looking for a motion then to approve, let's see, to approve the application as presented. Right, to approve the application as presented.
Earl moves.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
I'll second.
That's
Okay.
Stan.
3 of us seconded it.
You can take your pick, Stan, Pat, or Karen.
Karen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining? All right, that one's taken care of. So you can go replace the windows. I will, I'll put the sign paperwork heading your way.
Okay.
So you should be good to go. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye,
I'm
Chris.
gonna stay though as a member of the Hill, as someone who lives on the Hill. There's
Oh, there you go.
3 of us on the call. We should stay up here and know what's happening.
Thanks,
All
Chris.
right. Next is
Aye.
42. Are you ready, Pat?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 42 Charles Hill Road for roof and windows.
Your screen. So we're looking at replacing the vast majority of the roof. All sides of our roof right now, except for one little bit, is 3 tab. And as you can see from this picture, this is the street facing side. The oldest part of the house being on the left there. Everything else on the house is an addition. Every peak, every side of every peak of this roof was done at a different time. So that's why you could see there's some age difference between those 2 roof lines there. And there's even a color difference on every side of every part of the roof. Right there, you can see some of the bad weathering damage that we have in the front. I got some, well, that's a section of roof that's much newer that I believe was done right before we bought the house. That's the only section of the roof that's on the south side of the house. That's a black architectural. That will be staying as is, and that's what we're looking to do to the rest of the roof, is going with an onyx black, which I actually have a small sample of, but it's just a straight black, nothing fancy, architectural, just like what you see right there. It's a front again. So the back side of the house, there's a flat roof there with roll shingle that will not be being replaced. And that small cedar roof is of the original outhouse, which is now a half bath. That will not be replaced at this time. That will be done with similar materials down the road. But that flat section right above the red door and that bathroom is not being replaced. This is another street facing, kind of south to the street. You can see in the bottom right there, that's that little addition that was done in the architectural shingle. The roof on the left there was completely shaded by a huge maple tree that we had taken down. And we recently noticed some issues. Oh, sorry. That's a close-up of the front. You can see the wind damage in the last year that we've received. We've been getting shingles in the yard.
Wow.
And it's been a trial and tribulation to get a contractor in. Last year we had put in a new well, so the roof wasn't getting done then, but you can see all the dots there. You see all the nails.
Yeah.
So we were actually started getting some leaking in the roof. The leaking in the roof is actually not from any of this damage where the shingles are falling apart. That part where you can see the nails was over here, but it's actually in the flashing. Some water's following the chimney down, and we could see it in the plaster. That's that valley right there, but this is definitely the worst side of the roof. Let me see. Let me go back, make sure I got all the, you saw that. So this is another back side of the roof. So this isn't facing street side. So you can see nothing matched here. Originally, we weren't going to do this roof. We are now. I actually spent last weekend, because we had a hell of a sag in this roof. I actually jacked this roof line up about 6 inches from the inside and put supports in so they could go ahead and roof this all the same. We want to discuss the roof before we go on to the windows?
No. Well, yes. If anybody has any questions for Pat on the roof, why don't we do those now?
Here's
Oh, I'm sorry. The before we move on, I didn't get a good picture of it. There's a flat piece of roof right here that goes over the porch.
Oh, yeah.
That will be redone, just so you know. Same material as it is now. That's roll roofing, flat roll roofing, and some new flashing, but of the same type. We'll go there. The drip edges and everything, as I've instructed the contractor, nothing is to change. Everything is to stay the same as it is. They did want me to put in ridge vents. I had to tell them no several times. So yeah.
Is that the west side, west facing side porch, Pat?
Yes. Actually, let me think. Yeah, north. No, north's the other side. Sorry.
Yeah.
North. That yes, west.
So the color will be all the same once you're done, excepting for the little cedar shingles over the half bath.
Except for the little bit that's over the roof that we are doing, but that's being done in the same material. But yeah, all the major roof lines and everything are going to be that black architectural. That's the same as that little section of roof that covers the other bathroom. But I mean, this roof line alone, I mean, you definitely can see the two-tone between those peaks and in that valley there. Any time that any section of this roof was replaced, you could tell it was done at a different time. It was always kind of piecemeal together. So it'll all look uniform now. It'll probably make the house look new.
When do you plan on doing this, Pat?
This is going to be done at the end of the month. I haven't gotten a confirmed date yet from the contractor. I have signed the contract, deposits in and everything else. They told me around the 20th. So they had told me next week. I was still waiting for confirmation back. The originally with another contractor was supposed to be September, then it became October, then it became November. And that's when I switched contractors.
Yeah.
Additional questions from the commission members?
I'm surprised that this roof and the condition it did, I didn't have worse problems last winter. I'm not chancing it this winter.
Oh, it looks like just in time.
It really does.
Does anybody have any additional questions about the roof?
And is not.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay. All right, Pat, windows now.
So the windows. So let's talk about these windows here. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yep.
Okay, let's look at these windows here and look at these windows here. Do you see a difference?
Is this the street facing? This is the view from the street.
Yes, this is the view from the street.
Okay.
So we're talking about these parlor windows here.
Mhm.
and the parlor windows here.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can you notice a difference?
Not to the naked eye.
Not obviously right now.
So if some of the commission members that have been on for a while remember maybe 4 years ago, these windows here were put in an application and replaced. These are original. So we matched these 3 windows that closely.
Yeah.
And finally, we're looking at replacing these 4 windows here. Same size, same everything. We actually are still trying to get the windows made because my stepfather was a general contractor and he was dealing with a window maker he normally uses. They were telling us 10 weeks and they wanted $1,200. So we were trying to deal with somebody else right now, but either way, same as these windows are. Nothing in frame size would change. I don't remember the measurements. I didn't have them with me. I had written them down and given them to my stepfather to get the windows made. But just the same as what you can see here, they are the exact same windows, 1/1. Actually, I don't know if I have a better close-up. Hold on. No. There we go. Hold on.
That was good.
So here, the one thing that's on these, that used to be on these, is that the Hazeltons had these storm windows
Oh, yeah.
that are these aluminum storm windows that actually are screwed over these windows that were on one of these windows before. They don't, as you can see the bottom here, it doesn't even seal it in. Like there's an air gap you could reach your hand into. And these are just like sheetrock screwed on. And I tell you, you put plastic on these windows on the inside during the winter and you see the wind. It sucks a lot of heat out of the house. So those storm windows are not functioning.
The new window will be single, like you won't need the covering on the new windows.
No, these won't have these covering on them. They'll look exactly the same as these here. As you can see, that the trim, I believe that when they redid this, because this isn't original to the house, that when they did this, they did both of these at the same time. You can see that they have the same trim and everything. But yeah, these are going to be, mirror images, exact same thing. Window size is the same.
Yep.
Just these aftermarket screw-on storm windows will no longer be needed.
Okay.
What's the material, Pat?
I'm sorry?
What are they made of?
The vinyl.
Okay, so evidently we approved vinyl 4 years. So that's what the others are, correct?
Yep, these ones are vinyl. What I showed in the last application for when I did these windows is that we have so many different windows in this house. You have 2/2 here. These are wood, but let me see, that's a good one. That one, the screen just broke, like that's 6/6. That's a vinyl window. That's 2/2. That's a wood window, and that's street facing. There's a real mixture. The upstairs and the back is a different wood window, and then there's vinyl windows. These are wood. These are 1/1. So like nothing in the front here matches.
Yeah.
It's a real hodgepodge between the front and the back of. I don't have a good image of the very front of the house that's street facing, the door that's over here. But all those windows that are in the front that have the black shutters, those are all vinyl. So it's quite the mix match.
So there's 4 windows, right, Pat, that you're replacing?
Yes, these 4 windows, correct.
Yeah, okay, 4 of them. Okay.
All
Well,
right,
I'm sure they'd be a lot more energy efficient than they are now, right?
Yeah, there's actually we use this as an kind of like an office space right now, and there's a door there, and we try to make sure we close that door every night. Is it hell of a draft?
Sure.
Commission members, questions for Pat?
No questions from Stan?
No questions.
No further questions from Karen.
None for me.
All right, then I will take a motion to close the public hearing.
Oh,
So
one more piece of
moved.
information I wanted to let you know is that originally I believe on the application, we had this for being accomplished in January with not sure of where we're getting the windows right now. I'm going to say within the next 5 months for this job to get done. Sooner the better, but kind of at the mercy of the supplier right now.
And I guess before I close the public hearing, any questions from the public?
I support it. Sounds great.
Okay. All right, then motion to
Thanks,
close.
Chris.
Motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay. That's Karen seconding. Any discussion? All in favor? Let's see. Pat, can you drop your screen share? Great. Thank you. Let's see. All in favor of closing the public hearing at this time?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Right. Any comments or discussion, commission members?
I don't think there's any substantial visual changes here, so I would think that it would be subject to approval as far as I'm concerned. Were you gonna say
If
something,
that's the
Harold?
motion, I'll second it.
Okay, so Stan then made a motion to approve the applications as presented. Harold has seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We should have said Pat was recusing himself, so for this one.
If you want me to vote on my own stuff, I will, but you know.
No, and Pat is recused. Motion passed and the application is approved. So you're good to go,
Yep.
Pat.
You're gonna start using your pots and pans to cook again, Pat.
What was that?
You can start using your pots and pans to cook instead of collecting water.
Yeah, well, the plaster is still collecting the water. There isn't that much. Like I said, that water damage that we're getting is minuscule, but it's in the plaster right now. So that might be a patch job. With ice from this winter, there'd be pots and pans involved probably.
Right. So what we have is 612 and 435, Route 169 still. So we'll continue both of those applications until the next meeting. That takes care of our public hearings. Good. All right. Review of minutes.
Is Chris still on?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
If I, before we review the minutes, Gail, if I can make a comment about the previous history in the parking lot out back, or would you like me to wait on that?
No, we're gonna, you can bring that up in old business.
All right, sounds good.
So review of minutes. Did everybody get a chance to peruse the minutes?
I did.
We did.
All right. Then I'll take a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I
So
move.
move.
Karen moved, Stan seconded, and any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Motion carried. So that takes care of minutes. I had no correspondence. Public comment. Have you anything to proffer, Chris? No public comment.
Okay.
No project consultations. Old business. We do. We have to, just a continuation. We had discussed all meeting dates at the last meeting, and we just need to confirm. We've had a request to confirm for the town hall, whatever we decide to do for our Our meeting dates. So we're on Wednesdays. Right now we're meeting the fourth Wednesday of each month or most months. Is that, and 6:30 p.m. Is that still, Wednesdays work for everybody. Fourth Wednesday still sound good.
Yep.
6:30 still time enough for everybody to get through dinner and.
Works for me.
Yes, 6 o'clock Monday mornings is probably not going to work.
Yeah, probably not gonna work.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And I'll go with the Wednesdays.
Okay. All right.
Out of
So,
default, so.
yeah, let me just take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure we don't run into any interesting conflicts. Good.
The membership is robust enough that if somebody can't make a meeting, we're not in tough shape anymore, right?
Right, correct. I'm just checking to see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. We missed that. Let's see. We're past Thanksgiving for this November. Oh, no, we're not. That's December. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are, the November meeting at the moment looks like it would happen at 6:30 the night before Thanksgiving. So I'm going to just take a wild guess and say that that's not really the ideal time to have a meeting, a public, a historic district commissions meeting. So would you like to shift it either the weekend, the Wednesday after, or the Wednesday previous to the 4th?
What is the date?
So the 23rd would be the 4th Wednesday. The 24th is Thanksgiving. So we would shift to either the 16th or the 30th.
16th is fine.
Or we could just discuss it in October.
I have to send them. We can, and we can, as we get closer, we can make a change, but I have to send a calendar of dates to the town hall, and then we can make the adjustment. So rather than just go ahead and peg us to the 23rd, if we're thinking, let's go the week before, then I will send the 16th of November, and in October, we can discuss if that's practical or we want to go afterwards. Does that work for everybody?
Works.
Yeah.
Okay. They just request that we send all the meeting at 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're past Christmas in December. So that's good. All right.
Okay.
Old business, Pat, an update you said on the parking lot.
Yeah, and part of it's also a thank you to Chris as well. I'm sure he had some involvement in it. So I don't know when it happened, but just so you guys know that there are now signs posted in the parking lot saying that it is closed after sunset. Myself and the neighbors have noticed a decrease of amount of nuisances going on back there. And also there to the entrance, there's a sign kind of around the back of the church as you enter the parking lot, stating that there is video surveillance from the academy. So I'm sure Chris definitely had a part in that one. So I just wanted to say that's taken care of. It's better, and thank Chris for his part in it.
Yeah, we added, I think there's 6 or 8 cameras that were added to the back parking lot of the church, coming in, going out, all areas of it. It benefits the church for insurance reasons. So if there was ever an accident, they know what happens. And if there was an issue the only negative is that we didn't have the money to do like night cameras, but at least with the lights, we can probably catch the car coming in and out if there was something that happened, like the license plate. But there's a lot of cameras back there, and we've seen a decrease too with activity from our kids, knowing that they're there too. So,
Is there any update on that light back there that was bothering you, Pat?
That light has been off for some time. That finally got turned off. The new neighbors next to me that are in Chris's previous house had made comments about the light and made some comments to the church about, people back there with motorcycles or dirt bikes and this and that, and the one along with it. But yeah, since then the light's been off. Those signs are up saying closed after sunset. I did have some guys back there, maybe at 11 o'clock, lighting up the basketball court with their cars, but they left shortly afterwards. That's not that kind of stuff's not happening as frequently as was. Haven't had anybody back there at 2 a.m. anymore. Security cameras tend to deter people. Then the signs give this in the state troopers there for a while. You'd see them come through every once in a while. Had always said that the signs being up saying, closed after sunset gives them more teeth in case they find activity back there that's not wanted. So.
Well, it's good to see progress once in a while.
Yeah, sounds like a good solution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not a member of the committee, but I can tell you that light stunk because it hit my bedroom in the back. I used to tell Pat all the time. We had no control over that, but that light was terrible. It went right into my bedroom.
Yeah, the other neighbor, Douglas, that's on the other side. I know that they wanted that light off too, because if you're in that parking lot at night, that casts a shadow on the trees on the other side of Ed Caron's hayfields. That was like sunlight, and I couldn't imagine how Chris dealt with it. Like if one of those shades opened up, you'd have thought, the Apache helicopter was out your back door.
Okay.
And when I spoke to the gentleman in charge at the church, he'd said they were trying to figure out how to turn it off. So evidently they finally did. So that's good. Chris, thanks. That's a nice solution for that parking area, for security in the parking area. So we all thank you very much for handling that. And while we're talking Academy sort of related things, the old Academy building looks really good.
Yeah, the project should go out to bid this week. The rest of the phase 2, and then they're due mid-January. I think January 12th is the deadline for the bids to come in, and then our goal will be to start it sometime in February. Well, I mean, depending on the vendor we select, but we're going to turn it over to them February 1st for them to do the work. So we'll see.
So more scaffolding going up, but.
Yeah, that'll be fencing. Half the campus will be closed. They're going to close from the Academy building over to where the Bracken office is. So that half of the building campus will be closed. We'll have to use the sidewalk, and that, the stone wall and the sidewalk in the front will be the access. But it's exciting. It needs to get done. It's a long time coming.
Yeah. Well, the contractor did a great job on the cupola. So
yeah, it came out great. And
yes.
the bell rings. It's unbelievable.
It's wonderful hearing the bell ring again.
Yep.
I would love it.
Yes, and I was able to keep track of time over the weekend when I was up at Roseland outside the whole weekend, and so by an on-time clock. So it was a wonderful thing.
I definitely like hearing the bell ring. I definitely like hearing the bell ring more than I like hearing the morning announcements in intercom.
But that only happens once. The intercom, the bell ring every hour.
Does anybody have any other old business?
No.
No? New business? If hearing none, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Okay, everybody's speaking at once. So.
I'd be happy to second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And fabulous, and meetings adjourned. And I want to thank everybody for a really hard-working year. Working over Zoom is not necessarily the easiest way, but we got a lot done this year, and I appreciate everybody's enthusiasm and commitment to helping keep the district and work with all the homeowners. And I appreciate just you all as great members of the commission. So thanks as we bring the year to a close. Thanks very much for all your hard work.
Thanks for being a good chair.
Yes.
I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thanks,
Yes.
Sharon.
Thank you. And I
Absolutely.
do the same. A very happy and healthy new year to all
Everybody.
of us.
Yes, let's hope 2022 is better.
Yeah.
But everybody stay safe in all you do, and enjoy the holidays.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Take care, guys.
Take
Good night,
care.
everybody.
I know.
Good night.
Night.
Hey.
Let's see if I can get this turned off right. Stopping recording.